My blissful gorgeous self, not knowing Krishna will hurt you terribly as never before. Get the ability to create your own destiny with Krishna in Dwarka. Get the Krishna love eligibility test. Don't be a bit skeptic in the beginning or you will miss entirely, my dear friend. Therefore, with all your might, with all your trust, just trust the words of Narad Yogi who says, Sri Krishna Charanam Bhojam Smaradukham Gamishyati. Sri Krishna Charanam Bhojam Smaradukham Gamishyati. Meditate on Sri Krishna Charanam Bhojam with an invincible urge, mighty faith, unshakable homage, and all your sufferingful doomsdays will vanish away, my dear friends. All problems and troubles evaporate away as they never existed. Now we enter the sweetest episode of Bhadra Weds Krishna. 5,000 years ago, the Kashmir was ruling by Rajamata Shruti Kirti, or Queen Shruti Kirti. Many scholars say it was Caucasia from Srinagar all the way from Iran and Iraq to Caucasia, expanded from Ural mountain to the Black Sea, northern Turkestan. And this was known as Caucasus or Caucasia or Kekadesh or Kashmir, my dear friends. Okay. So, Shruti Kirte Sutam Bhadram Upayeme Pitishvasu Kaikeyi Mratribhirdaktam Krishna Santardhanadivi. This is the record of their history in Srimad Bhagavatam, composed 5,000 years ago, my dear friends. So, Mata Shruti Kirti, Rajmata Shruti Kirti, her husband died in a battlefield, leaving behind 5 sons and 1 daughter. The eldest was Princess Santardhan and the youngest was Princess Bhadra. She was loved by all. Sage Patanjali says, supernatural powers, one or many, are gained either by birth or either by herbs or mantras or penance or blessings of a powerful yogi or through meditation or just by keeping gutika or and keeping the mind relaxed in satori for a while or a few weeks. Bhadra was gifted with Kamarupattu Siddhi, Kamarupattu supernatural power by birth. However, whatever she willed, her form was changed into that. her clothing, her ornaments, all adjusted accordingly, my dear friends, and she used it in childhood for amusement, for fun. Bhadra, Bhadra, where are you? Mother would call her after much search in neighborhood, all over the palace. Meow, meow. That was how Bhadra was responding. Sometimes some parrot, sometimes some cuckoo, sometimes some peacock. And so, my dear friends, sometimes in the form of kitty, she would respond and then appear in her original form laughingly, and thus everybody else she make everybody laugh. Where is Bhadra? Her brother is calling her, and in the form of a parrot, she sat on her shoulder and responding, "Here I am, tell me what?" And brother would be surprised, looking here and there, everywhere. "Bhadra, oh Bhadra, where are you? Who? Mother, where from this cuckoo has come out in our palace, out of season? When I call my sister, she coos every time." The prince was saying, who has become now a king. So at times she would assume the form of a chipmunk, another time a dove, another time a deeress, or some other girl. She would just keep on surprising everybody, my dear friend, and have fun. Big giggling, big laughter arose, peals and peals of laughter in friend circle, and then make a scene. She never let anybody go morose. Her brother was coronated on the throne in teenage. At times she would appear in royal assembly and help her brother to do justice in a very complex cases, my dear friends. Years passed by, and like an autumn full moon, her beauty illuminated all directions. She is now sweet 16. All neighboring princes are fascinated by her beauty and grace and talents. At the same time, they are scared also. It was too risky to marry someone with a magical power. Don't know what drastic step she might take if she became upset. Who is able to take any form at will may vanish away and assume any other form and disappear away anywhere, anytime. "Mom, whom to marry our sister?" The prince, who is now a king, asked his mother one day. And Rajmata Shruti Devi said, "With Lord Krishna of Dwarka." She immediately said, "He is the proper match for my magician girl." Since too long I have been anticipating my son to invite him. I was anticipating my dear son to invite Krishna in my palace and worship him with peace of my heart and will ask him to accept my magician girl to become his bride. I have heard from the sages, Lord Narayana himself has incarnated in the form of Sri Krishna. Can we, my son, invite him and marry my beautiful daughter with him? It is going to be a most wonderful match, I am sure. Lord Krishna of Dwarka, King Santardan began to think deeply. He became very serious. Since long he has been wondering about him most positively. Hearing the news of repeated defeat of Jarasandha, the leader of all kings, including Kalyavan, by a most handsome teenage Krishna, he was amazed. His heart longed to see him, but how and when? Royal duties make me very busy. It has always kept me busy. Now words of his mother gave a perfect solution, my dear friend. Yes, mom, yes, you are absolutely right. Our sister is not less than a goddess, almost like Lakshmi. Her power, her elegance, her grace, her appearance are unlike regular humans. She cannot be given to anyone else other than Sri Krishna of Dwarka, whom you think is Narayana himself. Wow! Is he really Narayana? All brothers agreed, and they asked Bhadra for her opinion, and she became bashful with a pleasant smile. World became colorful, life became blissful of sweet anticipation, my dear friend. Soon the family priest was invited and they explained him everything what to talk. Handed over a wedding coconut with the costliest gems and jewels they had. He went to Dwarka straight into the home of Vasudevji Maharaj. He and Mother Devaki both were sitting in the living room and conversing. The priest appeared before them with coconut and gift. Vasudevji was lost in bygone days of childhood when he and Shruti Kirti used to play together, childhood days. How great she was and still she is, and now she is trying to unite with us with this new relationship. Vasudevji accepted the proposal and he himself led the wedding party to Srinagar, Kashmir. They were welcomed and hosted in each state on their way, and then they also joined the party. Young King Santardan and Krishna were of the same age. They loved each other in first glance. There was no limit of joy of royal mother when she saw Vasudevji with Sri Krishna. With immense prosperity and grace, the wedding took place. The whole city danced about. Princess Bhadra assumed his astoundingly beautiful angelic form, circumambulating the sacred fire with Sri Krishna, while with Vedic mantras echoing around. As people changed garments, she changed her form, her physical appearance at times, and she appeared in Kashmiri girl Bhadra form, another time Nepali girl form, another time Caucasian girl form, another time some European girl form or American girl form. And she roamed in thick bushes of gardens of Kashmir with Sri Krishna, and at the bank of the lake with Sri Krishna, holding hand in hand with her most beloved hubby Sri Krishna. This is the only marriage of Sri Krishna without battle, my dear friends, all in peace and silence. Of course, a lot of festivity, but not bloodshed. Oh.